Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee. I'm Hope with my coffee, having a very cozy evening in my apartment this afternoon. No, evening, definitely evening. But I was on the internet the other day, as usual, just doing a little research about some videos that I wanted to do for you all. And I found one about rediscovering things we loved when we were a kid, and how this particular individual was rediscovering things he loved when he was a kid and when he was a teen that he gave up because either his friends didn't like it or he started feeling embarrassed by them. So he kind of let it go by the wayside when he was younger, just simply out of either not wanting to, I don't feel shame or judgment. But now that he was reaching his 30s and kind of getting older and not feeling that weight of judgment any longer, starting to kind of get over that need for peer approval, you do start to kind of get over that need once you reach your, I would say, mid to late 30s. You kind of start to let go of needing outside validation in that sort of respect. And I know I kind of reached that point as well in my 30s where I no longer felt the need to do things simply because other people liked or didn't like it. I simply just embraced who I was and the things that I liked. And if people didn't like it or did, then yay, great, whatever. I was still going to do it. But as I read the headline, I wanted to think about some of the things that I enjoyed when I was in my early teens, and that I don't know if I really kept them a secret because, again, when I was a teen, I think I was kind of a little bit of an outcast. I was a little bit more of what I would say I was pretty nerdy. Um, my friend group was fairly nerdy as well. I wouldn't say we were truly outcast, but we were our own clique, but we weren't really like, we weren't popular kids, we weren't band kids, we weren't theater kids, nothing like that. We were just kids, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how we would define ourselves. We were fairly decent. Our grades were all fairly decent. We didn't really act out. Um, yeah, so we were all pretty good kids from what I remember. But the things that I like probably didn't talk to people a ton about were my poetry writing. Now I wrote quite a bit of poetry when I was in high school and when I was in college, and it's one of the things that I've really always kind of enjoyed. I did probably stop writing quite a bit when I was in college. I think I just got overwhelmed with a lot of different things, and I stopped finding a lot of, I don't know if I lost a lot of teenage angst or if I started just going through a lot of like growth or what it was that I stopped writing it, but it's always something I've really enjoyed. So poetry, writing poetry is something that I still to this day love and still love trying my hand at. Even if I may not be all that great, I still really enjoy it. And so that's something that I would keep in this category of probably revisiting something that I loved when I was a teenager that I want to maybe get back into. Something that I loved when I was kind of a teenager, tween, that I kind of have an interest in again is cross stitch. Now, I remember loving to do cross stitch patterns and picking up different patterns. I remember my great grandmother on my papa's side, on my dad's side. She was phenomenal at it. I remember her doing these beautiful landscapes, the Last Supper, and just these gorgeous, gorgeous, almost tapestry style pieces when I was a kid, and just thinking how phenomenal they were, and but I never really had this really great attention span. So I would do a couple small pieces and then I'd put it away, and then it would be hard for me to like pick it up again because it was kind of hard for me to sit still for a long time because like I was like, I don't know, I kind of had the attention span of like a gnat sometimes. So um crochet even though I still kind of do this on and off, like I still have a blanket that I have not finished in about 2.5 years. And this blanket belongs to my friend Shelby. And I have promised her this blanket forever. And Shelby, I promise you're going to get this blanket. I'm literally on the last skein of yarn, but it will one day happen. I like it will happen if I have to give it to you in person, but it will happen that I will finish this cross stitch blanket or crocheted blanket. But crochet, I remember my mom teaching me how to crochet when I was very young. I had repicked it up probably when I was a teenager, and then I re-picked it up probably a few years ago and have kind of toyed with it ever since, and I do enjoy it. So that's another thing. Coloring books and colored pencils. I still love it. I love just the art of creating, even watercolors, throwing in watercolors in there as well. There's something so fun about just colors on a page. And I am the type who loves to put colors in lines, which is why watercolor is sometimes a little difficult because it's hard for me to sometimes kind of just be very free flowing with it. But when it turns out well, like it can just be so freeing sometimes. So that's something I really enjoy as well. And I mean, I think during this time as well, when I was a teen, I was taking an art class from a lady named Miss King in the Monroe area, Monroe, Louisiana, and she was phenomenal, and I loved her, and I want to really thank her for being one of those sources of just creativity and inspiration, for helping me to kind of find that love of creativity. I would be willing to bet that at this point in my life, I mean, at my age right now, like that was many, many years ago. So I'd say 20 plus years ago. Oh gosh, 25 plus years ago at least. But if I had the time or the money now to do that sort of thing, I probably would. I know it was something that I just enjoyed so, so much. And this person in particular, like of the article, like when I was reading it, was just rediscovering his love of dancing and just having fun with friends and just kind of being present in the moment. And I think that was just something that sometimes we forget how to do, is just being present in the moment, just enjoying that spontaneous creativity, to just being free for those few minutes that we were able to do when we were younger, that as adults we forget to give ourselves that level of creativity and freedom again, because we get so focused on the things we're supposed to do as adults that we forget that now we have the time to let ourselves do the things we want to do, and we should give ourselves a little bit more freedom to enjoy the things we love. So until next time, find yourself a passion to go love, and I will see you on the next page. Have a great one.